Come with me for my travel day for Utopia of the Seas. Now, this was my first time flying to a cruise port rather than driving and honestly flying by myself, period. And I will say this till I'm blue in the face. Always fly the day before your cruise. So I booked an evening flight, and I'll talk about later how that may or may not be a mistake. Also, I was the only one flying out of my crew. Everyone else drove. Got my checked luggage through, and it was only 33 pounds. Yes. And of course, I got my faithful Love Vogue travel backpack with me, as well as my hydro drug cup. So my first flight was on time, and I had an empty seat next to me, and of course I got that window seat. Not gonna lie, the first takeoff when you're flying can be a tad bit scary, just a little bit. Made it safely to DFW, and child, if you know about DFW, you're gonna be running to your terminal no matter what time your flight is. Yeah, I was rushing to my terminal even with a 30-minute delay, and I was holding on for dear life in that metro, child. But I made it to my gate with some time to spare to grab some snacks. Do not ask me the price. Boarded and had another empty seat this flight and got a little snack and drink on this flight. Question, do y'all remember when flights used to hand out blankets and headphones? Or am I showing my age? Anywho's, had another safe flight to Orlando. I got my bags and I scheduled an Uber with my flight, so my ride was waiting on me as soon as I landed. We headed to Port Canaveral to my hotel so I could meet the rest of the crew. Catch me in my next one for Embarkation Day. Buckle up because it's Embarkation Day for Utopia of the Seas, and it's a long one. So I started the day with views of the beach at the hotel, and I was so excited to be boarding my first Royal Caribbean cruise. Here's a quick fit check. Drove with the crew to Cruise Terminal 1 and also parked in Terminal 1. And here's a look at all my luggage, and to the porters, it goes. And y'all better be tipping y'all porters. Also, after doing my health check-in the day before, we were granted express boarding. Woohoo! Don't know why, but love to see it. So we literally got through express boarding in like 5 minutes. But honestly, regular boarding was going just as fast, so it really wasn't a big difference. And just like that, we're boarding Utopia of the Seas. We were greeted with bright lights and smiles and immediately went to check in at our muster station. Now, we did get to complete the muster drill in the app before we even got to the cruise terminal. And afterwards, we got our first drink, which was a passion fruit sangria. And since I had the deluxe drink package, I was also given this cup that will be used to get all refills. So a quick cheers to start off our cruise, and then on to the Windjammer. They had this beautiful welcome table, and child, it was seafood on the bar. Lobster, shrimp, clams, you name it. Now the shrimp was meh, but that lobster was hidden. After lunch, we headed to our room, got our sea passes, and then we took a nap. Because cruise naps are essential, okay? Got up in time to catch some of the sail away party. I headed to Lime and Coconut to give me a lime and coconut. Then we headed to El Loco Fresh, and this spot has tacos, burritos, quesadillas, things of that nature. I tried the beef and chicken tacos, and you can't forget the tapatio sauce. Did all this just to rush to the room and head to dinner. Dinner was at 5 p.m. Yes, it's early, but it is necessary when you're on Utopia of the Seas. I had the crab cake and Caesar salad for my appetizers, then a stuffed portobello mushroom, because I was going light since I had the tacos literally an hour before this. And then I ended with dessert with the royal cheesecake, which was delicious. Oh, how can I forget our pineapple guava sangria? Also, it was everybody's birthday on our crew, so they sung happy birthday to us 3 times this night. But nothing prepared me for the crew member saying, all right, your turn, when it came to singing the birthday song. Bro, we were crying, laughing, and I can't forget about those fireworks. After dinner, we explored the ship some more, and then we head down to the music hall for Name That Tune Michael Jackson. And child, it was serious in there. I also ordered this drink called an 8-ball. Child, it was strong. Walked around, and then we finally made it to Sorrento's, and I kept it simple with the pepperoni pizza. By that time, they were having a one-hit wonder party in the promenade. We all had a great time, even had a quick soul train. Then we ran to the Royal Theater to catch the All-In show. And y'all, when I say a production, okay? The props, the special effects. I mean, look at these drones. It's a light show. Amazing. After all this, y'all, I tried to stay up for the club, but I was just too tired. So we ended the night at Bolero's, and we both wanted a burger so bad, but only thing was pizza at the time. So we just ordered room service. and called it a night. Child, that was a lot. Catch me in day 2 for the Bahamas. Here's day 2 of Utopia of the Seas, and today we're in the Bahamas. So we got dressed and went to the Solarium Bistro. Y'all, I absolutely love the Solarium. I literally wanted to live there. And eating at the Solarium Bistro is included. You just have to have a reservation or be seated in order to eat there. It was a buffet style breakfast with lots of options. Here's my plate and proof that I ate fruit for the day. Then after breakfast, we headed to Lime and Coconut and got a view of the new Royal Caribbean private beach that they're building. And we waited for the rest of our crew to go into port. One drink with Krish and Lime and Coconut turned to like 3-4 drinks. And the wait was so long, we had time to change and see our first Thai animal. But everybody finally showed up, even LeBron. I'm just kidding. And we finally got off the ship. The weather was beautiful in the Bahamas, but it was packed. There were 6 ships in port. So we walked through port, got a van, and there were no plans today. So we asked the driver where to go. Instead of taking us to Junkanoo Beach, he took us to Cable Beach, which is a free beach, but everything else does have a price. My friend got this pineapple drink made fresh and it was strong. We got to sample some conch salad, and all in all, enjoyed the free beach. Even took some pictures. Y'all, the water was so beautiful, but it was freezing cold. I could barely put my feet in there. Had some minor issues, but we did make it back to port. And on the ride there, we got to ride by the fish fry, and they're already doing construction on the buildings that burned down a couple weeks ago. If you're in the Bahamas, please make sure you schedule time to get through the security so you can get back on your ship. It was 3 o'clock as you see this long line. Everybody's trying to get to their ship. Got back on the ship looking for some food, grabbed some pizza and a drink, and then we went to the room for what? Another nap. Tonight was red night and also Caribbean night, which I missed in the buffet. But I had coconut shrimp, jerk seasoned pork chop, and this lovely blueberry cobbler with ice cream. And tonight we had another birthday singing. And from there, we caught the Aqua 82 show. This show is a beautiful water performance with tricks and dives and music. It is beautiful, and I did go live for this event. After that, we caught another party in the promenade. This one was Through the Decades, which were just different songs at the times. We tried the comedy show and it was trash, y'all. We left mid-show. And we ended the night in the club at Studio B. This night was Red Experience night, and the DJ did a great job. He had a great mix of music. I was expecting just but he had some razzle dazzle in there. Then we slid to Sorrento's before calling the night. Catch me in my next one for Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Welcome to day 3 of Utopia of the Seas, and today is Perfect Day at Coco Cay. So we got ready for the day, and I was excited to go to Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Went to the Windjammer for breakfast and meet with the crew, and today we met up earlier at 10 a.m. we were getting off the ship. After breakfast, we did spend some time in the solarium, and I didn't want to leave. Typically, I don't do hot tubs and pools on cruises, but this one changed my whole mind. Taking all those steps, I needed a dip in the hot tub. After that, we stopped with Krish and Lime and Coconut to get the drink of the day, and then we got off to go to Coco Cay. Again, today was another great weather day. As soon as we got to Coco Cay, we turned right to the left to go through Chill Island, and we went to the Oasis Lagoon. We grabbed the drink by the bar, and we spent our entire day poolside. And they even bring you drinks in the pool. Now, the pool waters were also cold, but it was much more tolerable once you finally got in. Then we got hungry and went to Skipper's Bar to eat. This is another buffet style location, and they had different things like burgers, hot dogs, sandwiches, tacos, chicken, you name it. Y'all, that barbecue chicken was too good, and you can even get ice cream. The day was indeed perfect at Coco Cay, and you could stay at the island until 5 p.m., but we couldn't get the solarium out of our minds. We left the island, headed back to the ship, and straight to the solarium we went. And clearly, we weren't the only ones with this great idea because it was some people in there. I promise you, I didn't want to get out, but I had to because I got a little lightheaded. Then we ate at the Windjammer, headed to our rooms, and you guessed it, took another nap. Because we skipped dinner for the night to go to hibachi later on. Hibachi at Izumi's was a lovely experience. And Billy, our imitation Japanese chef for the night, did amazing. Okay, he put on a show and we were his backup singers. Also, it was white night on the ship, so we all dressed accordingly. I had edamame, miso soup, and I tried the Izumi Rio specialty roll. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I also got to try this sake drink called She's a Geisha, and then a round of sake bombs were ordered for the entire table. All in all, the hibachi was great. I got lobster and scallop, and again, sung another birthday song. Then after hibachi, we made it to Crazy Quest. Y'all, this show is insane. If you have a Royal Caribbean cruise that has Crazy Quest, please don't miss it. I'll talk more about the show in another video, and I can't show all the footage on TikTok because that's just how crazy it was. But once Crazy Quest ended, it transitioned to the nightclub, and this night was Neon Light Show, and they were giving a show. Okay, the fun team on this ship works hard when it comes to putting on their shows and their productions, and I love to see it. Catch me on my next one for the last day at sea. Here's day 4 of Utopia of the Seas, last day at sea, Thanksgiving edition. Yes, I got to spend Thanksgiving on Utopia of the Seas. I got dressed and used this day to film content. We walked around the ship just to capture footage for both my phone and my camera, and this was so I can make a full review on my YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. And also making TikToks, of course. After all that filming, we ended up at Johnny Rockets. Now, unfortunately, this is not included on Utopia of the Seas, but we still decided to try it. So I ordered fries, onion rings, a bacon cheeseburger, and an apple pie with ice cream. Afterwards, we went to the room to change just to find out that it was the last day. So we spent the afternoon in the solarium. After that, we called Trivia Live in the Spotlight Karaoke, and this was an interactive trivia game that you had to use your phone for. It was a really fun experience. Then we stayed right here at Spotlight to get our togas for the silent disco party. Yes, they will give you a toga or just a bed sheet, and they'll show you how to tie it. They did specify returning that toga at the end of the party, which meant wear some clothes underneath. And this evening, we skipped main dining altogether and had Thanksgiving dinner in the buffet, and it was totally worth it. They had lobster, shrimp, lamb chop, steak, and so much more. I felt like I was eating like a queen. I never ate this good on Thanksgiving, okay? After this long day, we took a nap. I got up and packed my suitcase and prepped for debarkation tomorrow. It was on to the silent disco toga party. And child, a time had me, okay? You cannot miss the silent disco party. It is a must to go. The vibes were immaculate. Even made friends. The DJs were doing their thing, okay? I sung my heart out, had so much fun. I didn't want the party to end. So afterwards, we went to the music hall for the club and ended the night with a bang. Catch me in my last video for debarkation. Welcome to debarkation day on Utopia of the Seas. Now, the morning started very bright and early because Royal does not play. They said it's time for us to get off the ship. They were blasting music through the intercom at 7 in the morning, and we had to be out of our rooms at 8 a.m. I was packed and ready, left the tip for my steward, and headed to deck 5. Now, I will say deck 5 was packed, but it was not hectic like I've seen on Carnival, and I'll talk about this in another video. I had to run back to get my portable charger, double check, triple check, and quadruple check your rooms before you leave. We stood by the gangway for about 15 minutes max before they let us off the ship. When I tell you we started walking off the ship at 8:19, I was outside of the terminal by 8:30. We miss you. I miss y'all too. I'm ready to get back on the ship. I got dropped off at the airport and I tried to check my bags in just to be told that I was too early to check in. Yes, you can be too early to check in for a flight. Had I known that Royal was kicking us off so early, I would have booked an earlier flight. So I was told to go to special services to see if there was an earlier flight that I can get on for free. And sure enough, they did. So it was about 9:50 when I was talking to special services and they had a flight for 11:50. And thank God, I was so happy to hear that because I was ready to get home. So checked my luggage, went to TSA, and headed to my gate. So I grabbed the wrap to eat because I didn't eat before getting off the ship and boarded my first flight. I didn't have a window seat on this flight, but I was able to sit next to this nice couple who I ended up having a lot in common in. You never know who you're going to meet when you're traveling. Then made it to DFW just to be told that my seat was changed to first class and I had 5 minutes to board. Again, running through the terminal at DFW. But I made it in time for boarding and I had a window seat with a lot of legroom. And with that, I safely landed back home. Thank you, Jesus. Again, thank you guys for watching my Utopia vlogs. And please be sure to follow for more cruise videos.